to go with the shepherd pie tonight. Shepherd's pie, I'm gonna make the easiest biscuits ever. Besides the canned ones, which I use here and there. So it's got 3 ingredients, and this recipe was given to me from a friend who is one of the very best cooks, personal chefs, whatever, friend that I know. Her name is Diane. You guys might know her. I don't want to say people's last name because this is a public group, whatever that means. Anyway, this is what we're gonna start with. 3 cups of self-rising flour. I'm using the White Lily. Self-rising is different than AP flour, all-purpose flour, of course. If you are using your regular flour and you don't have the self-rising flour, I can't get that out. I wrote it down so I never forget. If I just have to use 3 cups of the regular flour, you're gonna add to the flour 4.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. That's it. And that's for the quantity of 3 cups. I'm gonna post this recipe card too. So let's get going. Doesn't take long. I think I need this one. We're gonna start with 3 cups of flour in my bowl. So this is a little tricky because I'm not leveling it as I usually do. So I'm just spooning it in there, okay? And then I'll try and level it. 1. I should make this in half. Why don't I do that? And then you could just read the recipe. You know what, I'm gonna smack that off. Because we're gonna put them in muffin tins. Okay, and then I can crumble up the biscuits. When I make a homemade bread or buy bread that I know doesn't have a ton of preservatives in it, that's the stale bread I like to give to my birds outside because they don't need all that stuff and they're delicate little bellies. So 3 cups of this, and then we'll get this out of the way. I make my biscuits with this. Okay, that's 3. Now get out of here. Make some room. Okay? There you go. So we have flour. Then we have 1.5 cups of milk. I have 2%, but if you have whole milk, do that. So 1.5 cups, right? Yeah. 1, and I'm gonna be a good girl and actually not judge. I'm gonna use the half measuring cup. Okay, that's out of the way. That's ingredient 2. Now we're cooking with gas. Okay, and then this is a 1/3 measuring cup, and look what we're gonna use. Mayonnaise. Think about what mayonnaise is. It's oil and eggs, right? So that's what's basically going in there. I should mix that up first, right? But I'm not going to. Just 1/3 cup of real mayonnaise, though. Don't use Miracle Whip, okay? Okay, get in there. Anytime I'm using the same measuring cup, like say it's a 1 cup measure, and you have shortening, and then you have like oil or something else, use the liquid first, and then when you put the shortening in, it comes out faster. And if you just have to use a measuring cup and just measure Crisco or shortening, wet it first. Run it under water and then dump the water out, because then your shortening slides right out. Little tips here, left and right. And I haven't done this in ages, this little recipe. So I'm gonna use this for my 3 ingredients and just see how it goes. Okay, and then what she says is, it's a sticky dough. Don't over mix it, just enough. I wrote that. And then it says to spray the muffin tins, which we'll do. And drop them. I like dropped biscuits, so there's no this rolling business. To make 12, I have my oven heating at 400 degrees. That's one thing about all biscuits. They like to go in the oven on high. I don't want to use my hands, but I love my little stirrer guy. I'm just getting the sides because of the flour. So I'm not over mixing, I'm just getting that flour down, guys. Okay, oh, it is a sticky dough. And again, I don't want to over mix it. I just don't want to see any dry components or a big glob of like mayonnaise or something, okay? And I think we're doing good here. Okay, so a teeny bit more. Get it all done. And let's spray my USA pan. My girlfriend Stacy owns this company. They're the best pans. I've had this forever. One year I bought all of my family these pans, like cookie sheets especially. You'll see me using my cookie sheets. I usually do this over the sink because you don't want it going everywhere, but I'm gonna be a good girl and be careful. Ready? Don't breathe. Hold your breath while you're doing this. Yikes. Okay, time to drop the biscuits. This dough really looks wet. Look. Can you see that? Gloppy. All right, I'm just trying to go fast. I heard my oven come to temperature 400 on the lower oven while the shepherd's pie is in the upper oven. Okay, and usually if I have to like make 12 of something, I'm going to eye it out and say, okay, like half of this would be, I need 6 out of that. And a quarter of that, I need 3 to come out of that. We'll give it a go and see what happens, right? Is that my little corner here? And if it doesn't go perfect, it doesn't. If I only have, like say I'm only making 4 of something, I'll distribute them like either all in a row or all in the all in the corners, not just willy-nilly in like that pan. Does that make sense? Did you understand what I meant? Okay, these are lumpy bumpy biscuits, but look how fast that was, huh? Ooh, and say you wanted to make like, I don't know, little Egg McMuffins in the morning or something. You go, oh, we don't have any of those jumbo Pillsbury-ish biscuits. I'm making these large. I didn't do my theory about separate. So much for that. Sometimes I've actually made sure that the videos have like uploaded correctly onto Facebook, or excuse me, onto YouTube. And in doing so, I'm like, I forgot to tell them blah, 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 or why did I say it like that? Or I stopped mid-sentence. Because it's just me, that's why. Okay, hey, not too bad, right? Not too bad. Measuring that out, look. Woo. Who needs a little bit more? You. Maybe you. Could you put like cheese or something on these? Yeah, but I'm not going to. We already have cheese going in the other thing. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. I'll show you when I'm finished. Thanks, Diane, for your recipe. Okay, I had the little biscuits in. The recipe said 12 to 14 minutes. So I put them in for 12 and I looked at them and they needed, I thought, 2 or 3 more. They're ready to come out and they smell really, really good. Those 3 ingredient biscuits. So I'm gonna put this down towards my stove. Get these out of the bottom oven. Steam in my face. And turn that oven off. Look at these. Get up there. I'll give you a closer view. Don't they look good? Oops, why can't I do this right? There they are. I'm gonna pop one out. I know they're hot, but I want you guys to see. Oops, like that. Sorry. Okay, give me a fork. I'll just pop one out. Okay, how about you? You're nice and big. And see, we sprayed it. So, there it is. Can you see it?